You all know the court case of this 935 plus this constable's case. Okay, I will not go into details, and since the media is there, I will request please don't ask any questions because it's an internal issue and it's a matter pending with the judicial authority. So I'll not answer any questions on this. But we all know that if there is no advertisement, the appointments are likely to be challenged in the courts. Okay, we all know this. Despite that, the unit commanders will keep sending recommendations to us. Why? Don't you understand? I'm being very blunt. Na pare ho. So, apne khan laga matha pura sida ama khan laga matha te phelaye aisa to. We have a decent number of vacancies in Nagaland police at the level of constabulary. I think the state government will announce the recruitment someday soon. When it happens, we'll all come to know. My only request at this stage to you is detailed instructions will follow in due course, but try to be fair. Try to be fair in the recruitments. We have, without any thing negative against the current constabulary, but we really need people who are more educated, more tech savvy, more understanding. So whenever recruitments take place, please ensure that under no circumstances merit should be overlooked.
To all participants, delegates and colleagues, I wish you a productive and enjoyable conference. May this gathering provide us the opportunity to share knowledge, best practices and experiences that will enhance our police capabilities, foster collaboration and promote our culture of excellence. Over the next hour, we'll engage in discussions and debates that will help us address the complex challenges facing our organization. We'll explore new ideas, strategies, and technologies that will enable us to better serve our communities and uphold the rule of law. As we navigate these discussions, I encourage you to be open-minded, curious, and engaged. Share your perspectives, listen to others, and be willing to learn from each other's experiences. Once again,
Late Shri K. Moa Temjin Ao, Late Shri Chulen Chang, Late Shri William Corinta, Late Shri Rongsen Temjin, Late Shri Ningo Sato Fira.
The Nagaland Police Service Association was established in 1971, and since then, this General Conference has been a forum for deliberation, introspection, and rededication to our mission. This is a time not only to celebrate our success, but also to critically analyze the challenges we face and identify actionable solutions that will strengthen our service and our commitment to the security and well-being of our people. The Nagaland Police Service, as a premier service in the state, was largely responsible for counter-insurgency operation in the state in the 70s and early 80s, and was successful in containing the underground movement. I am told that it was not the Assam Rifle or the Indian Army, but the local police force led by our own NPS officers who collected information and carried out successful operations against the underground cadres. They gathered critical intelligence, planned and executed successful operations, and played a pivotal role in containing underground movements. Their courage, strategy, and deep understanding of the ground realities ensured that law and order were maintained, often under extremely challenging conditions. Today, we honor their legacy and acknowledge that policing has evolved significantly since those times. The dynamic of law enforcement have changed, and so must our approach. Our role has expanded beyond traditional law enforcement to include community engagement, crime prevention, intelligence-led policing, and cybersecurity. Officials today are not only expected to enforce the law, but also to build trust with the public, mediate conflicts, and ensure that justice is administered fairly and transparently. Moreover, in today's digital age, technology is indispensable for effective law enforcement. I strongly urge our officials to continuously update their knowledge and skill sets, keeping pace with the latest advancement in forensic sciences, cybercrime investigations, and intelligence collection.
If I'm to compare, pre-ceasefire days were much better for us, the police. It was stressful, challenging, but we were respected, we were regarded, highly regarded. Every section of society needed our help. Be it the army, businessmen, even top officials, even undergrounds, everybody needed our help. Everybody used to come to our office. Our DGP sir will also agree with me. Today, if you look, the armies, regular armies are not operating in Nagaland anymore, but the Assam rifles are still there. They have a lot of egos. Yes, as human beings. They have better facilities, so obviously it will happen. But during our time, as SDPO, 1991, 92, 93, that was a time paratroopers were operating in Dimapur. I still remember it was the 3rd paras and the 5th paras. The commandant of the paratroopers used to come to our office, my office, requesting for help. Can you imagine the paratrooper commandant coming to our office today? It will never happen. That was the power we had. Every section of people, they commit excesses, wrongs. So to save themselves from those embarrassments and troubles, everybody had to come. So that was the power we had. And government came up with a policy that all those who were detained under NSA would be transferred out of the state. That was one that was really feared by all sections of people. So there also people will come running to us seeking for help, not to be sent outside the state. Wherever possible, we tried. And back then, even those extortionists, vehicle lifters, we were able to detain them under NSA. Not on grounds of threat to the security for the union and the state and the union, but for maintenance of public order. Vehicle lifters, extortionists, I think today that is almost impossible. When the detainees were transferred outside the state, that was the time we saw one change in the investigation of Nagaland police. Because nobody wanted to be sent outside the state. Lawyers also, they started looking for loopholes in our investigations. So we had to improve our investigations. So that was the first turning point of improvement in investigation. That is what I could see. Before that, it was just simple theft, burglary, accidents. But when the court started pulling us up, when the court started questioning the FIRs and the case records, we also had to pull up our sleeves and then we had to improve ourselves. So that was the first turning point of improvement in investigation in the Nagaland police. And second, of course, it was after the introduction of these mobiles, where we are working today. Telephone tapping was first done in 1994. 1994 in Dimapur. Dimapur Telephone Exchange, they had come with a new machine that was first introduced, not even in Kohima, it was introduced in Dimapur. So we took up a case, and one of the prime suspect, he came and told me in a very sarcastic way, wonderful asde, tumuhaniman tak parise kwatu.
I have always maintained that the NPS, the Nagaland Police Service, is the backbone of Nagaland Police. Nagaland Police can only be as strong as the backbone. If the backbone is weak, we will not be able to stand up to any difficulty to anyone. I have not seen any signs of the backbone being weak, but there is definitely a lot of scope for improving the backbone. Not only just the backbone per se, but also for some of us or a lot of us who have these back aches. You will remember that your physiotherapist will tell you, all of your muscles tight, muscles. So the muscles of the backbone are the other ranks and files of the Nagaland Police. We all work as a team, but senior officers above the rank of commandants mostly are in a managerial role. It's the officers, the deputy commandant, assistant commandants, SDPOs, additional SPs, who are more in touch with the public, who are more in a field role, whose role is to interact with the public or interact with the ranks. Okay. A general basic management principle which I learned when I did my MBA is this: usually the command of 1:4 works best. One leader with 4 juniors or subordinates reporting to him. 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. So one leader with 3 to 4 people, it is the best chain of command which exists. So if you follow that 1-3 or 1-4 chain of command, okay, so our additional SPs, and then each one of them has maybe 2 to 3 SDPOs or assistant commandants, and one assistant commandant has maybe 2-3 OCs. Each OC has 2-3 sub-inspectors, and down the line like this. This is how most efficient organizations function. It was just a one-way communication which was taking place. You did not have any feedback of what the Jawans had in mind. Okay, you get my point? Okay. Either it was not there, or if it was taking place, that briefing was taking place, none of you communicated to the PHQ that there is going to be a problem, or there might be a problem, or there is likelihood of being a problem, and what is the issue. And this is not just, I'm just giving that election thing as one example. Okay, but this can be multiple aspects of functioning of the department. Okay, so I am here today. Well, today is my role. I don't mind sitting here, say another 2 hours, 3 hours with you to listen to you. Okay, because I also want a feedback. I just don't want that I should tell you what is in my mind. It's not good to have a one-way communication. I would ideally want to listen to you. Okay, but let's see. I can stay here for a while after the morning session also. But one-way communication will not help. You need to come back to us with whatever feedback there is. IG Range raised this issue with me about a month back. He said a lot of officers come to the PHQ, and when they come to the PHQ, they don't meet anyone. They don't call on any senior officers when they come to the PHQ or come to Kohima. I think these are good things which should be done. There is nothing like an individual one-to-one interaction, even if it is for 10 minutes. In a group of say 60, 70 of you, how many will I interact with? But if you come to the PHQ, meet me, meet IG Range, meet AGG, LO, ADG, Adam, go to the branch concerned, whatever, have a system, meet people. It keeps the organization alive and thinking about what is happening. I thought that IPS officer of the association will be here today. But none of them is here. No representative is there. Although Joseph and me will probably go and convey to them. Last IPS Officers Association, they have a new team. I have told ADGLO, Sandeep is the president of the IPS Officers Association. I have told them also, and I think I have requested Nibu also once. Or if I have not, then I am making this suggestion to all of you. The NPSA and the IPS Association of Nagaland chapter, I think they should work together in coordination. Not just attending this meeting, but whenever you have meetings, please invite their representatives. And whenever they have meetings, let them invite your representatives also. Okay. There will be some issues where it is only NPS officers. Yes, there will be some issues where it is only for IPS officers. But there will be a large number of issues where both of them together can combine, take these issues to the government or the DGP or the Chief Secretary and all. So please try to develop that synergy. There are a couple of things more that I have sought suggestions. One is some of the units, we sought suggestions from all the units. One was on handling attachments. We got your suggestions. Some of the suggestions are very good. So we have held preliminary discussions in the PHQ. We will see what we can do on the attachments issue. It is actually a big problem for us. The number of attachments which are there, which are wastage of resources, if you call it, of the Nagaland police. The other is the issue of compassionate appointments, and if I can also add to that the landowners things. Okay, they are two different things, but related to it. Now, I have written on one of the letters which we have received from PHU. You probably get a circular next week or maybe this week. You all know the court case of this 935 plus this constable's case. Okay, I will not go into details, and since the media is there, I will request please don't ask any questions because it's an internal issue and it's a matter pending with the judicial authority, so I will not answer any questions on this. But we all know that if there is no advertisement, the appointments are likely to be challenged in the courts. Okay, we all know this. Despite that, the unit commanders will keep sending recommendations to us. Why? Don't you understand? I am being very blunt. Na pare ho. So, apne khan laga matha pura sida, ama khan laga matha te phelaye aisa to. You are just shifting it from your shoulders to our shoulders. Ama khan to sign kare na pathai dibo PHQ jaisa. PHQ bhi na pare ho. Whether it is appointments, whether it is compassionate, whether it is for the landlord and landowners, whether it is contract, whether it is jobs. Tell them na pare ho. Quote them, tell them this instance of this court case saying itya to iti niga wajah se te advertisement para hai parvo dusra na parvo. Why are you just shouldering? One is not shouldering that responsibility. That is one point that I am angry at, or I don't like it. If I use a very much more courteous word, something that I don't like it. Besides that, काम फालतू करे ऐसे तो ना. अपने खान लगा मनु भी काम करे ऐसे इधर PHQ तो भी फाइल करे लगा टाइम. It is just wasting time. It is of no use. Secondly, out of the department, you are giving a false hope to a person in the village. ताई लोगो, हम खान तो डाक पर नाने तो ना, ताला का हाथ ही दे तो खान तो ना, compassionate और मुखिया लगा और लैंड ओनर लगाता कहाँ आते थे वो they think that DG के जाएगा ना ये DG साइन कर लो कोई now you are wasting money and resources of those poor people in the villages also. Please develop this habit of saying no. ना पारे वो एक कोर्ट लगा जजमेंट ऐसे ना पारे वो हाँ ये तो साइन करो ना मखान लोगे थाकी भी हाँ we will send it to PHU whenever the dark is going. However, you please apply whenever there are recruitment, whenever is advertisement, please apply there. It says compassionate appointments can be given on two grounds, broadly on two grounds. One is death of the sole breadwinner in the family. Okay, that is one ground. The other is medical ground. The other is medical ground, provided there is a policy. Now in Nagaland we have a policy for death. We don't have a policy for medical one. But at my level, at the level of Joseph, and probably even at your own levels, in your units or your sub-units, whatever you call it, we have a big medical problem. Nagaland police is grappling with a big medical problem. Our Dimapur, Chumukdima based units are sort of becoming a dumping ground for people who are sick or infirm. Now, and it's across the ranks. It is not just a constable or an NC, it is up to the rank of even maybe deputy commandant and even SPs also in some cases. Now, it depletes our manpower. Okay, depletes in the sense, say if he is from the 11 NAP, 11 IR in Aboi and he is going to be posted here, 11 IR laga manu jaise, tai ate hai jabo. Some of them are so sick and infirm, they are not able to do anything, even if they are posted in Dimapur. To be very fair to them. Okay, I am not criticizing them illness hai, किसी को भी कोई भी बीमार हो, everybody will fall sick. Now, we are thinking of a policy which we may propose to the government where people who are sick and infirm may be allowed, after following some procedures, to take a voluntary retirement or prematurely retire them, and in lieu of them take their family member. Okay, so in that case this person is bimar tai ini bhi ikuna kore tai jale talaga bacha hai jale bacha kam to karo na. So if it happens, it will be a manpower utilization mechanism as well as a welfare mechanism. We will sort of revive about 700 to 800 manpower. Okay, 700 to 800 manpower. It means at least a battalion strength we will have fitter ones. And I don't have anything against the ones who are sick. I will also fall sick someday. You will all fall sick. But if he is not able to perform his duty, okay, then much better that the baton passes on to someone else rather than be having a sort of a liability when we are sharing the papers or drafts. Again, a serious issue is official communication coming onto the open media. There have been 2-3 instances. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware. We have come down heavily on 2-3 officers who have done this. Inadvertently, or just you are media savvy or you want to share this information you've shared, there are certain communications which are not meant to be shared. Whenever it is meant to be shared, we will tell you, please share it with everybody. Okay, a small thing that if I tell you this, since the media is also there, about say a month and a half back, this Nagaland police recruitment thing, it came out. Okay, we know who did it. We called for his explanation. He's been taken to task, that particular officer who shared it. You know what it was? Whenever Nagaland police has recruitment, we will invite applications online as well as offline. So the whole purpose was, we had sent that link to all unit commanders, clearly telling them, fill dummy data, 20 data each. So that if there are any problems in the portal that we are going to make, we will come to know in advance. Some genius of Nagaland police puts it out in the open WhatsApp media and says, And everybody say 2-3 hours, everybody says, Nagaland police advertisement, whenever it is going to take place, we will tell you officially. Okay, but there was another communication last week. I'll not take names. About 10 days back, when an officer did it, we called for an explanation. We'll take action against these people. Whenever it has to be shared to the media, it will be shared. You will be told, please do it. Okay, our finances and our budget is very limited. Honestly, I'll tell you, we have 8 crore rupees. Last year, we had 8 crore rupees for purchase of vehicles. Okay, so out of these 8 crore rupees, some vehicles are also, because of the security details of the VIPs, the vehicle have to be covered, which goes towards the high-end vehicles. I have said this earlier, I will repeat. After the production of the gypsies has stopped, we have started facing this problem a lot more. Earlier, there was this gypsy, which was a sturdy, all-time, all-weather vehicle, costed around say 7.5-8 lakh rupees. We could afford to give more vehicles. Now, say after the gypsy has gone off-road, a gypsy-like vehicle, functionality-wise, a vehicle which gives the same performance or utility like a gypsy, is available for not less than 15 lakhs. So which means for the cost of 2 gypsies, I am only able to buy one. Okay, that is where we are having a shortage of vehicles. Again, I am making a lot of enemies in PHQ because a lot of officers who are retiring come to me and saying, sir, Amit Iman, 30 years, 35 years, retire bola, ase tu vehicle hame loga attach kori retirement laga. I have been saying no to each and every one of them. They don't like it. Nagaland to नियम हो जाए तो ना retire हुआ time पे तो retirement लगा कौन गाड़ी चला ऐसे ही तो ले जाओ. I have been saying no to them, even for gypsies, because we don't have gypsies also. पुराना gypsies भी नहीं. So we are aware of the problems in the field. That is why last year Dimapur Chumuk, all of you would know, but Dimapur Chumuk based officers will know, we ended up purchasing 40 odd of these boleros and 100 bikes. Why 100 bikes? Because we don't want to compromise on the mobility on the field. At the field level, if we can't give a gypsy, there should be something that they should be able to make themselves mobile. So we had to compromise and go for the bikes. We haven't worked out a strategy for this year, but probably we'll follow a similar model, because I think most of our officers down the line now have vehicles. It may be a new vehicle, it may be an old vehicle or something, but a lot of officers have the vehicles. We will see how it can be made better, how the situation can be made better. Again, I will repeat the same offer which I have been making earlier. Don't be fixated on boleros. Okay, all of you think that Amit to bolero lagi. Again, a bolero costs around 11 lakhs rupees, roughly. Okay. Bolero will cost around 11 lakhs rupees. There are cheaper vehicles with better functionality and more comfortable which are available. For example, Ertiga. I am not promoting Ertiga or Maruti Suzuki as a brand, but I am just giving an example. Ertiga will cost 8-9 lakhs. So if I save from 6-7 Ertigas, I will save one to buy you one more Ertiga. Okay. So this, and then we have this fixation. Okay, deputy commandant ho she humne bolero lage. Bhai, as have deputy commandant lo aise to Delhi police se to patrolling party dial 100 bhi Innova lo aise. We have to come out of this mindset that this particular vehicle is only for this. Then the other issue Dibu raised was housing. Yes, I agree. The housing scenario in Nagaland police is pretty bad. Our housing satisfaction is just about 17-18%. And this is going by the HRA. How many people are availing HRA, house rental law? So about 83-84% people are availing HRA. So if that is any parameter to go by, then about 17% housing satisfaction is there in Nagaland police. We are aware of it, but again, money is a constraint. The state government doesn't have money, let's be honest, all of you know it. Nobody is sitting with a bag of money for Nagaland police in Delhi saying that I भी अपने खातों को कंपनी ऐसे लो जब ये भी ना होए. So it will take time. How much time it will take, I just can't say. Meanwhile, we have tried to come up with some reallocation plans of resources from some units. These are all things which take a lot of time. From our side, the work has been almost complete. We have proposed to the government for reallocation. So it may not be the housing satisfaction will not go from say 17% to 50%. It will go to from 17% to 19%. Okay, but it will make things easier. Then, as you are all aware, that under the SASI scheme, we've got decent infrastructure work going on throughout the state now. Almost, I think, 27, 28 crore rupees worth of work is going on in the state. Chumukdima, some of you must have already seen it. If not seen it, please see the mess which is coming up. It is ready for inauguration. Joseph, just service connection check. So there are say 24 rooms here in addition to the suites and the VIP Rexy there. So you come up with very good accommodation in Chumukdima for senior officers, DYSPs and above. For inspector, even inspector, we can allow 24 rooms is enough. I think depending on what everybody else recommends or decides, I think we could even allow inspectors to use these rooms because they are also gazetted officers. For sub-inspectors and all, we've got another facility for, coming up near the principal PTS residence. Principal PTS, SP Borders residence, near SP Borders residence. There also we have almost capacity for say 50 odd officers to stay. We have a decent number of vacancies in Nagaland police at the level of constabulary. I think the state government will announce the recruitment someday soon. When it happens, we'll all come to know. My only request at this stage to you is detailed instructions will follow in due course, but try to be fair. Try to be fair in the recruitments. We have, without any thing negative against the current constabulary, but we really need people who are more educated, more tech savvy, more understanding. So whenever recruitments take place, please ensure that under no circumstances merit should be overlooked. Whoever is meritorious should not be overlooked. Remember that whoever we are taking it into the Nagaland police now is going to turn into an asset or a liability for the next 35 years. Okay, who you are recruiting, someone is not recruiting for today or tomorrow only. You are recruiting him for the next 35 years. So please ensure that we get decent quality of manpower. Otherwise, as Joseph was saying, he said 4 NFP, I mean, 2012, the Thagaro literate constables be 9. They were saying that now the problem will be probably more acute. And you would all understand all these problems. You are unit a lot of you are unit commander, you will understand all these problems. Difficult to do things.
You start Kehoi camp situation. How is it right now, sir? And you were also there that evening. We saw you that day. So how was the situation as per your observation?
Yeah, I was in Dimapur that day. So I thought that let me go and have a look at where the camp is physically located so that uh, if appropriate instructions are to be required for law and order and security reasons, those can be conveyed down the line. So I just visited that area, generally visited that area to see how is it located. So things are okay. Whatever is going on in the Kewai camp or that faction, it is their internal matter. So long as it doesn't spill onto the street and create law and order problems for the rest of the society, it's fine. Uh, in the process, I'm thankful to the civil society organizations who have come up with a statement that law and order should not be disturbed. On our part, we, Nagaland Police and Assam Rifle and Security Forces have been coordinating to ensure that no law and order problems take place.
So, in regard to the Dimapur Municipal Council chairperson who was trying to procure arms for his councillors, so is the police department also going to take cognizance of this, where an elected member of the government is doing this and made such a huge blunder in a procedural lapse?
See, I, again, I don't think there was any offense committed per se in that. Okay, there was an attempt made, which honestly, even before they issued a letter, we came to know that this has happened. So the company which they had approached, they contacted us to check. So we had advised those people also not to do anything. So and then subsequently we communicated to the CP Dimapur that this is not desirable. I think not just crime, but it is just a matter of ignorance and overreach on the part of the DMC officials. I think it is a lesson well learned for everyone in Nagaland that procurement of weapons is not good. In any case, like handling of having weapons in the society is not good for the society as such, because the weapons in anyone's hand can be misused at any time.
And the smuggling of arms from the police complex here in Chumugudima, there was a case pending, and then the deputy chief minister had taken stock of it. But then we're hearing that the main accused also here, Michael Yanthan, has also got a promotion, and the rest also are roaming around, which we have also seen in their residential areas, sir. So, can you please tell us what is the status of that case?
Okay, so see, there are two issues. One is a criminal case. No, honestly, I am not aware of what has happened in the court trial. Okay, let me be honest, I am not sure about that. But then, based on that incident, there was a departmental inquiry set up against Michael Yanthan. Since he is a gazetted officer, the inquiry report was submitted. In case of gazetted officers, the conduct rules say that it is the government which is supposed to take action. That report has been submitted to the government. Uh, After that, I'm not aware of what the Nagaland government has done, honestly. But from the inquiry report has been submitted.
All right. And so, lastly, from my side, about the Robert Kikon case, the last time the police head had in Dimapur had said that the matter has reached the MHA. So,
See, okay, let me tell you. MHA has a sort of a very limited role in this.
okay.
I'm saying this from my own experience because I've worked in all this field. MHA has a very limited role in this. What happens is that if there is any criminal from India who has fled abroad, there are two methods by which a person can be brought back. One is deportation. Deportation means the country where the person has gone, it says that we don't want you, so they just send him back. Okay. The other is the extradition process. For the extradition process, there are different laws in different countries. In some countries, those, say for example, he is in country A, so that country's courts will have to see whether the act which he is committed is also an offense in their country. So after they have determined this, then they will send him back. So there is a process, but uh, even without these, there is every chance that the person who has gone away from India can come back to India on his own. Okay, so for that purpose, there is something which is called a lookout circular or a lookout notice, which is opened. Uh, uh, that is opened through the MHA. So the information is given through MHA to everybody, to all the international airports, checkposts, and all, so that whenever this person tries to come to India, or even go from India, it's just possible that he just might be in India and want to go back.
Yes.
So at that time, they will intercept him and inform the police. So for that purpose, MHA has been approached. So otherwise, MHA doesn't have a role that it will catch him and bring him back.
So, what about the role of the state police then in pushing this case further, that to make sure that this perpetrator who is molested and minors?
We are doing our best. So see, I would appeal to everybody here. If anyone of you knows exactly where he is, anyone in Nagaland knows where he is exactly, please let us know. We'll keep your identity secret so that we can start the process of either deportation or extradition. Okay. If we don't know where he is, then we are just waiting for a chance that he will get caught.
Yes.
Okay, so that chance is that either the lookout circular or that red corner notice, and also in that case, we will have to wait where he gets caught in that foreign country.
Do you think like a lookout notice or a wanted poster is there and there's a reward for such things and you've just appealed to the people? Do you think the department would like to give a reward for such persons who will come with an information on his whereabouts?
We haven't sort of thought about it, but I mean, we can consider,
Minimum
we can
amount at
consider
least.
that,
Yeah.
we can consider that, but in any case, anyone who comes with information, even without announcement of a reward, we'll try to help.
Sir, for wider understanding, and it is a non-controversial question, just depending related to your speech. You have an IPS association, aro apni ando ilo NPS association, aro itu laga lower ranks
Rank.
inspector laga brother association na aro kapag hindi tala grievances huni pai. So like they see you as a messiah, aro apni ekta reformer nishna apni ke side. So ilo apni, do you have any plans for that?
See, generally throughout the country, there are very few instances of associations or unions for lower rank personnel. Okay. There may be some states where they are having those, but it is very rare. And as per the Police Act and as per the other rules which are applicable to the police, forming of associations and unions is generally prohibited. Okay, but that is why we have been, even you would have seen today that I have been emphasizing that please make the other mechanism like the darbar and all very vibrant so that we keep getting the information.